Hello and welcome back to the channel. It is 11:30-ish Sunday morning. I have been going and running around and doing some stuff on the truck this morning. A lot of stuff is just basically running around, go get this, go get that, go to Home Depot for fittings, this, that. It's a lot of running around. So I have got some stuff done, but today we are going to get the intake manifold intake manifold on, and we're going to be able to button this all up today. We'll be able to start it. Well, we're going to try like hell to start it today. So I am just taking a break. I went and got a coffee and a bagel because I was hungry. So yeah. What else is there? So yeah, I am on my way back to my house right now, and we're gonna get to getting. We're gonna get this bitch together today. I'm gonna try as hard as I can. Everything looks like it's going to work out. Naturally, the fuel rail, everything with this intake manifold has been a problem. Everything. Even down to having to mount the goddamn injector rails. I got the shortest injectors there are, and the brackets to hold the rails to the intake, I purposely got them for a EV6 style. I ordered them specifically for an EV6 style injector. So the rails are correct, and the brackets that came with the rails are correct. It's just the intake is the mounting injector rail mounting bosses are a half-inch too short. So thank God. Sorry, I'm turning you guys all around. Thank God I don't have the big tall Siemens Deca 80s, or otherwise the spacers would be like 2 inches. It's ridiculous. So anyway, so I went and I was gonna buy aluminum ones, or no, they were steel at Tractor Supply, and they're $5.99, so $6 a piece for a half-inch spacer with a 1/4-inch hole in the center of it by half-inch round. $6 each. No, I refuse to spend that money. So I got plastic ones. We'll see how they last. If they don't, then I'll just make my own. I'll cut some aluminum round stock, which I have, and we'll drill a hole in the center of all of them, and we'll use that. But as of right now, we're going to try the plastic and see how it works. It's probably not going to work. Probably rattle loose or whatever. I'll go up into a fiery ball of flames. Anyway, nonetheless. So I'm going to pause you guys here. We'll pick it back up when I get to the compound. All right. Okay, we are back. Just want to show you my progress with the intake manifold. All right. We got our rails mounted. We got our ICT billet specialty throttle cable bracket. That's adjustable, and then you tighten them down. There was a bunch of different ones that were on the internet, and this is the one I like the best. Reason being is that it bolts to the side of the injector rail, and it's got these slots so you can adjust it, and then you tighten those 2 nuts down, you're done. a lot of them I seen there was like a gasket and then a plate and then another gasket and then your throttle body, and it had some shit that came off over here to hold it, but it wasn't adjustable. I just didn't like it, so this is the best one that I've seen for the money. It was like 30 something bucks or whatever, but it's well crafted. The rails were on the money. Those two bolts are different because those are the ones that come with the throttle cable bracket. Now, let me flip this thing up, show you the bottom. Now, down here, it gave us a 3/8 hole and 3 1/8-inch pipe MPT pipe thread, 3 1/8-inch. I really couldn't use an 1/8 inch. It's got to be bigger than that. So I put my intake air temp in the 3/8 here, this one. I put 2 plugs there, and then I drilled and tapped that one to be 3/8. It's quarter pipe thread, but a 3/8 barb on it. See? Now, I put that down. Now, this is all for vacuum stuff. Then, what I did is I took that vacuum block off, and I'm going to come from the bottom of the intake. It's going to come up, go into there, and then I'll put my map sensor on this side on a piece of hose with my map sensor. And then that big one, I drilled and topped the bottom of it, and I installed that. That's 1/2 inch, and that's going to go to my brake booster. So that's where I'm at right now. I got the 2 ground wires for the Holley are installed in the back, so I'm done back there. There's nothing else needs to be done there. So I am going to take the injector harness and adapters off of that one, put it on that one, and then we're going to install this intake. And we got to put that throttle body on this intake too. So that's where we're at right now. I'm going to pause you, and I'll pick back up after I get some stuff done. Okay. Hold on there. So, the next problem with this fucking intake. It's not even the intake, it's the rails. So, I got everything assembled. I got all the injectors in, I got the fuel rails on, I got the throttle cable bracket mounted, right? I put in all the orb fittings. These are an orb fitting is what they're called. They have a O-ring and then that. Well, now look at that orb fitting. You see right up at the edge here, that shiny spot all the way around, right? Well, look here. You see that shiny spot all the way around? Well, they never tapped well, they had to have tapped the first couple of threads, but they never chamfered it. So now this just sits there and spins. You can't thread it in. So I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I don't even know what size thread that is. So I'm screwed yet again. I'm slowly losing my patience with this. I really am. So gonna pause you. Okay. Intake is on. Finally. Finally, it is mounted. We had a little bit of a shit show here.
Our tire decision guide gives you all the right options.
These fuel rails, they have
Can he not hear us?
like I'm sure you guys know, the ends are orb fittings, and then they go to a -6. Orb fitting is basically, here I could show you one.
To look for the chance to win free fuel for a year.
This is an orb fitting. Usually has an O-ring right near the base and then threads in. A lot of stuff is that, like these fuel rails are like that. The fuel pressure regulator has orb fittings on it. Well, I put all 3 orb to dash 6 fittings in the ends, 2 on that side, 1 on this side, and the plug goes down on the end here. Well, when I went to thread in the plug, it didn't go. It wouldn't thread in for some reason, so I disassembled it. And I took a closer look at it, and I found that when they tapped the threads, they went straight down in, and as they were coming back out with the tap must have stopped at the very top, and it dinged the threads and basically fucked them up. So that's why I couldn't thread in a plug. I couldn't thread in an orb dash 6 fitting. Couldn't thread anything into it. And like you guys know, you know me, I'm not gonna fuck around with it. I had enough of that. So I ground down the orb plug. I ground down the threads. I push it in, and I fired up the old TIG welder.
It's squeezing.
And yeah, we TIG welded that in. So I let it sit with brake clean in it, and I didn't see anything leaking, but we won't know until I actually put fuel pressure to it. But we'll find out soon enough. So now that that's done, I got a couple wires to hook up. Fuel line to the back, crossover fuel line, and then I'm gonna key it, and I'm gonna see if it leaks before I go any further. So I'm gonna pause you guys. Who knows? It could leak from the bottoms of the injectors or the top of the injectors. I don't know. So I'm gonna check it for leaks right now. So gonna pause you. Okay, I'm gonna do a wrap-up video for today. This hunk of shit fought me all day long. Still not done. Okay, I do believe I left off with the fuel rail on the passenger side with screwed up threads for the orb fitting. So needless to say, that pissed me off. I fucking lopped it off, and I TIG welded one in. So that's set, fixed. So I forged on. Made my feed line, made my crossover pipe. That was all done. Intake's installed, all the wiring harnesses installed, everything's done there. Heater hoses are installed, dipstick tubes in. Anti-backfire, crankcase evacuation system, all installed. One small piece of hose got to be installed. It's full of oil. I have to put the alternator, drive belt, and fill it with coolant. And that's it. We're running it. So now, mind you, it's like 11 o'clock right now at night. So it's okay, let's put the alternator in. So I go to put the alternator in. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Let me get a flashlight, because I don't have the lights up. So I go to put the alternator in. Right? Bam! The fucking crossover pipe for the fuel rails hits. So that ain't gonna work. So what I'm gonna have to do is, I can't believe it, but I found another orb plug. So I am going to take that crossover tube out, put this orb on the driver's side, and we're going to go with a Y. Come off the fuel pressure regulator. One fuel line goes to the driver's side, and another fuel line will go to the passenger side. But I'm tired. This thing has annoyed me for the last time today. So I am I'm done with it for today. So it has drawn the life out of me. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you even would like this video. I don't know why you would, but we will see you in tomorrow's video. Have a good night, folks.